Live from New York, it's Saturday night! Welcome everyone to What's It Good? My name is Bob, and today we're going to be talking about the new movie Saturday Night, which is a dramatic retelling of the 90 minutes that led up to the first airing of Saturday Night Live. Now, since that first sketch where John Belushi repeated somebody having a heart attack, the show has gone on to what is now its 50th season, and it has become a staple of American entertainment. Now, before I get into this review, I do want to let you know that there aren't going to be any spoilers, so if you haven't seen the movie yet, you don't need to worry about any spoilers. Now, if you have seen it, I'd like to know what you thought. Why don't you go ahead and share your comments in the comment section below? Let me know. Did you like it? Did you hate it? What are your feelings on Saturday Night Live as a whole? I'd really like to know what you thought. Don't forget to hit that like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's get to it. At 11:30 p.m. on October 11th, 1975, a troupe of young comedians and writers changed television and culture forever. Saturday Night is based on the true story of what happened behind the scenes in the 90 minutes leading up to the first broadcast of Saturday Night Live. Full of humor, chaos, and the magic of a revolution that almost wasn't, we count down the minutes in real time until we hear those famous words.
Live from New York, it's Saturday Night!
Now, growing up, I really enjoyed watching the show, and although I don't like it as much now as what I did then, I can't deny the cultural impact that it's had. So, seeing a movie leading up to that very first airing seemed very interesting to me. The question is, was it good? First off, I think the film does a really good job of capturing this sense of chaos that happened leading up to the very first airing. You've got light fixtures falling, sound systems are breaking, people are quitting, actors are off doing their own things, and all the while, the studio's just ready to pull the plug and just air reruns of Johnny Carson. And you've got Lorne Michaels. He's trying to kind of make sense of all this chaos and explain to the studio why this show is important and exactly what it is, but he can't really do that. And so you've got this sense of chaos surrounding this show, and it's all happening in this real-time format. So, like, as 15 minutes is passing on your watch, 15 minutes is passing in the movie, or at least as close as what they can get it. So putting it in this real-time format really enhanced the chaos. So I got to give the film a lot of credit for that. Next, I think the director, Jason Reitman, did a really good job of recreating some of the iconic moments from the original airing. Now, granted, this is a lead up to that, but you see those scenes recreated throughout rehearsals, and so it was really cool to see those on screen, and I think they did a really good job of capturing those. But easily the best part about this film is its cast. Just like Saturday Night Live requires a really good cast in order to make it work, this film does as well, as many of them are playing real life people, and some of them don't actually look like who they're playing, but they really capture the essence of who they are, so I really want to highlight a few of the performances. First, I got to mention Gabriel LaBelle, who plays Lorne Michaels. This is a 22-year-old actor who's playing a much older character, and he did a really good job with the role as he had the weight of everything on him, and he's trying to manage all of this chaos. I thought that he did a really good job, and I really felt what he was feeling as the studio was putting pressure on him. Great performance by Gabriel LaBelle. Next is Dylan O'Brien as Dan Aykroyd. Now, he doesn't look anything like Dan Aykroyd in real life, but he carries this type of persona or this presence that Dan Aykroyd is said to have had during that time, and I thought he did a really good job. Also, Ella Hunt, who plays Gilda Radner, or Lamorne Morris, who plays Garrett Morris, Matt Wood, who plays John Belushi. They all did really good jobs in this film, but the one who stole the show for me was Corey Michael Smith as Chevy Chase. Now, Chevy Chase is known to have been a little arrogant, and yet at the same time, his character can just walk into a room and just steal the show, and that's what Corey Michael Smith did for me. Every time he was on screen, he just stole the show. I was drawn to what he did as Chevy Chase, and I thought he was excellent in this. Like I said, he just stole the show for me. There are also appearances by Willem Dafoe, Brad Garrett, Robert Wool, and J.K. Simmons. I think the cast is really good, and it's easily, like I said, the best part of this film. Now, there are a couple things I want to point out. First is that the first 10 or 15 minutes dragged a little bit for me. It took me a little bit to actually get into it, and once I did, I was fine, but it did take me a little bit to get there. Now, the next thing is it's not very accurate with the way some of the events play out, and I was actually a little disappointed by that. When I saw them happen on screen, I was like, did it actually happen that way? And so I actually looked it up to see what happened, and I was disappointed to find out that some of those events were changed for dramatic effect. Now, they were good changes as far as story purposes go, but I was disappointed to find out that it didn't quite play out that way in real life. Bottom line, was it good? I thought this was an entertaining movie for the most part. I liked real time aspect of it and that it enhanced the chaos and made me feel like I was there. I also thought the cast did a really good job, and I enjoyed seeing that build up to the very first Saturday Night Live. As somebody who was a fan growing up of it, I found that to be very intriguing. Now, if you're not a fan of Saturday Night Live, I'm not sure if you'll like this movie, but I found it to be very entertaining, and I can think of worse things to do with my time. So I say check it out. Now, if you're still watching this long, I'd like to thank you for joining me. Don't forget to hit that like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time.